Okay, so I had to come back on here because I wanted to see what the second ray of wisdom like said in the actual book, just because I didn't have time to read it. But okay, so I read it because I was curious. Now I want to read it because this feels so relevant, and felt like this laughing energy with me. And anyway, I'll get to that here. It says, the second ray of wisdom is a consciousness of loving wisdom straight from the heart of the universe. It amplifies the magnetic power of attraction, empowering you to pull into your life all that is needed for your life's work. That was totally 10 of Pentacles. And just the whole thing resonated with the entire reading, so I just wanted to come on here and read it. It brings the opportunity to heal, restore, and understand through the power of love and the light of ancient wisdom. The spiritual master known as Buddha, which this is why I laughed out loud, because I felt him with me, his energy, a few days ago, and I just started laughing for no reason. And when, like, we're not taught like to be in joy all the time, you know, we're taught to take life very seriously, and so sometimes I just laugh randomly, and that totally made me think of Buddha. Is with you now to help you fully receive and integrate the blessing of this ray of light from the universe. The second ray of wisdom is the energy of the open and loving heart of the universe, which was perfect with what we were saying. It is inclusive, drawing all things toward it with an invisible magnetism. It is gifted to you at this time to help you attract into your life the people, opportunities, and teachings that will help you succeed in your life mission. This ray will help you focus your consciousness in your heart. It will bring to consciousness any unresolved matters of the heart for healing, perfectly for Five of Cups. This includes not only issues of relationship, but also any issues around trusting your heart to lead you, trusting your intuition. This ray will help heal your heart in an affirming and nurturing way. Totally that compassion and Kuan Yin. I love that. The challenge with this ray, given that it is so magnetic and attractive, is learning to discern and say no when you need to. Imagine a fisherman who casts a very wide net and catches most of the ocean in it. Not everything is useful or even desired by the fisherman. While some things are gratefully accepted by the fisherman, other things are best returned to the ocean where they belong. Being able to trust in future abundance is important. That totally feels like the 10 of Pentacles. You will not need to hold on to every opportunity, person, or situation out of fear of loss or lack. Totally 5 of Cups and 4 of Pentacles. Instead, you are learning to live in true abundance and flow. Practice feeling comfortable in letting go, as well as receiving. Trust that the universe has all that you want and need in unlimited supply. That's totally feeling supported. The universe will truly provide for you, dear child of light. This is a very different way of thinking to how most humans are conditioned from an early age, but it's never too late to change one's mind and open one's heart to a more loving, abundant, and enjoyable way to live. I was totally picking up on this. I ran into this older woman at the grocery store yesterday, and I'm feeling like this older generation of women like really wanting to like break free from this like to just truly live in alignment with themselves, and to stop overgiving and to truly love themselves. So I was feeling like this older generation also being like affected by this energy and wanting to but they feel very lost and confused about how they would ever do that. So it'd be way more easier to stay in a conditioned way of living. When the Buddha comes into your world, he brings the gift of wisdom. That includes openness to all that is without judgment, which also brought me to this other passage in this book I was reading by Gabby Bernstein that I want to read. This might be the struggle that will eventually be revealed as a blessing in disguise. I totally said that in the reading. That's crazy. It might be the challenge that causes you to grow into readiness for the next phase of your divine life mission. Okay, and this is what I wanted to read from this book. It says, you must be open to releasing judgment in every area of your life. You can't let go of judgment except for your boss or your mother-in-law or yourself. You must surrender it all. In some areas of your life, it will feel easy to let it go. In others, you'll hold on tightly. Don't worry, this is natural. Freedom from judgment can offer you so much of what you desire. Physical pain can subside. You'll experience emotional and spiritual healing, and a deep connection to the universe will be restored. A Course in Miracles says you have no idea of the great release and peace you will feel when you totally give up judgment. Therefore, releasing judgment is crucial if you want to be happy and free, which I was basically talking about with that. You know, that's what we're all searching for, to feel happy and free. And like freeing yourself from that 8 of Swords. Finally, the second ray of wisdom relates particularly to teachers and education. You are encouraged to trust that you have a message to share that is helpful and educational for others. Whether your involvement in education and teaching is formal or less obvious, you are encouraged to honor the energy of the teacher in your life. In some way, your sole purpose likely involves helping others to learn through wisdom and love. So I just thought that was perfect for the whole entire reading, so I just had to come on here and read that. There's also something else. Okay, yeah, it says we judge others and ourselves through the lens of our past by projecting old experiences onto our current circumstances. This is no different than judging the world through the lens of fear. If, for instance, you had an authority issue with your mother growing up, you may project that same issue today onto your boss by resenting her authority. We begin to heal our judgment toward others when we accept that people are our teachers in the classroom that is our life. Making that commitment allows us to look differently on our situations. Witness how we drag the past in the current moment, and then choose again. We can choose to look at a person or situation as if we are seeing it for the first time. Imagine how free you would be if you didn't bring your past with you into your relationships or into each encounter. Yeah, that feels so relevant. Feels important too. Let yourself off the hook for the judgment that you made. The Course says every communication is either an extension of love or a call for love. When you attack with judgment, you are really just looking for love. The search for love is your true intent behind the attack, because deep down all you want is to protect yourself from not feeling loved. It's also the intent of the person you believed has attacked you. Both of you are simply looking for love. At its core, attack is a call for help. The Course says love always answers. Being unable to deny a call for help, or not to hear the cries of pain that rise to it from every part of this strange world you made but do not want. I want to reiterate this point. Attack, pain, fear, judgment, and any form of separation are merely calls for help. When you're in physical pain, you know that your pain calls for relief. The same goes for judgment. It's a form of emotional pain that you want to relieve. Whether you realize it or not, you do not want to remain sick, sad, and fearful. You want to be free. Witness your judgment without judgment. Accept that you have chosen fear and be open to receive the help you're calling for. This brings us to forgiveness. In any given moment that you witness yourself in judgment, you can become free by simply forgiving the thought. Forgive yourself for having the thought, and even forgive the thought altogether. Recognize that the thought did not come from your highest self. Honor your judgmental self, and remember, you are merely looking for love. Then, as quickly as possible, choose to forgive the thought. You don't need to hold on to the thought. You don't need to replay it. You can forgive it in an instant. This simple desire seamlessly leads you into the holy instant. And this is a prayer. I recognize that I have chosen wrongly. I forgive this thought, and I choose again. I choose love. The presence of fear is your resistance to love. The way back to love is through surrendering to the holy instant. The instant that you choose love over fear, you rise above illusion and separation and realign instead with oneness. Simply saying this prayer may offer you immediate relief. Okay, so that was something I just felt really called to share. The book that I was just reading from about judgment was from The Universe Has Your Back by Gabby Bernstein. This book has really just been speaking to me, and that just came to me. So anyway, I hope this was helpful in some way. I'm sending you lots of love.